How's it going, guys? Peruvian Trucker back with another video. I really wasn't planning on making a video today, but I met like 3 people uh, all over campus that recognized me, and I figured I had to give shout outs. And that allows me to talk about a subject that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time. But let's start with the shout outs. Shout out to Jove and to Lewis. I met Jove at the gym, and I met Lewis on the shuttle going back to the campus inn. And then there's dude with the orange shirt, because I didn't get his name. He just said, "Hey, Peruvian Trucker," and I waved back. Dude with the orange shirt, thank you very much for calling me out. Sorry we didn't get to talk, but if you see me again, I'll probably be here for a couple more days. If you see me again, let's talk. So, you saw the title of this video. You know, I love trucking, but it can all end in a blink of an eye. And this is a video I've been wanting to make for a long time. I still haven't made videos about my background, but for those that have, you know, caught little hints on my previous videos, I used to work in the car industry for the last 5-6 years. You know, I started at BMW. Well, I went to school to become a service technician, and then I went to BMW, and I worked with BMW for a lot of years, and then I moved to Porsche for like 6 months, 4 months if I'm exact. And I loved both jobs in their own way. But those 2 jobs and this one are the jobs that have commanded the most amount of responsibility towards me. You know, being in the car business, I was a service technician, so I had to, you know, make sure that whenever I did a repair, whether I was doing a valve cover or an oil pan or something a little more in-depth, like a fuel system, and I had to pull an engine out or do timing chains, you know, there's a lot of responsibility when it comes to you know, making sure it goes back together in the right way. An engine goes back together in the right way, because, you know, people are going to drive it. People are going to rely on my work and they're trusting the company that I'm working with. They're trusting us to do a proper repair, and you know, that the car's not going to break down if they're taking a long trip, or that the brakes are going to work, you know, that the car's going to start every morning when they need to go to work, and they need to rely on their car. And with time, you know, it's all pretty repetitive. You know, you get used to a certain way of working, so that thought in your head about the responsibility, it's still there, but it kind of gets drawn out by the repetition and the routine. And trucking is a lot like that in to a certain extent. You know, the first thing you find out the first thing you learn when you're getting your CDL is to do your pre-trip, because you're driving an 80,000 pound plow. If anything were to go wrong, you're driving an 80,000 pound plow down the road, or a tank basically. You know, and you want to make sure the brakes work, and you know that the tires are in spec, because if anything goes wrong, and that's the thing, before I get to if anything goes wrong, let me just say that, again, I love trucking. There's one of the things that I loved the most about my previous jobs at the dealerships was driving, because since I was a kid, I've loved cars and I love driving, and I've taken multiple road trips throughout my life. And for me personally, not that I don't take this job seriously, I take this job very seriously, but for me, trucking is an extension of that. I'm basically getting paid to road trip all over the country, you know. And I really appreciate the fact that I get to do this, and I love it because I can just drive and enjoy the road, and I'm getting paid, and you know, I'm doing a service while I do it, which is a win-win for me. It has its drawbacks that I'll talk about in some other video, like, you know, being away from family, or uh, you know, not being able to go home at the end of your shift like a regular job. But those are trade-offs, you know. And that's the thing. Like, I mean, like, words cannot express how much I love this job. Like, I mean, I wake up. I mean, right now I'm in campus and I'm waiting for my truck, and I'm missing the road. I'm missing being on a truck driving, just eating miles, just you know, setting to my 90. I'm missing, like, dropping a trailer, hooking up a trailer, you know, like testing stuff and feeling good about getting the job done and getting it done right. You know, parking the truck into a dock, or parking it into a parking spot. I miss all those things. But and as much as I miss them, and as much as I love this job, like, there is such the level of responsibility is unmatched, because again, you're driving this 80,000 pound tank on the road, and there's so many things that you can control to have a safe drive, and there's so many things that are outside of your control. The things that are within your control are the easiest ones. You know, do your pre-trip, do it right, and even then, you know, maybe you're picking up a trailer and you back into it, and the locking jaw's not locking all the way. That actually happened to me once, and I'm so thankful that I caught that, because that would have been my job. And little things like that. So, like, the things that are within your control, like doing your pre-trip, making sure that the vehicle is safe for you to drive it. Those are, and of course, making sure you get your hours of sleep so you can be sharp and focused on the road, paying attention. You know, check your mirrors, check your signs. All those things are things that you can control. Scanning the traffic, you know. But there's so many things that are beyond or out of your control, like some distracted driver that just jumps in front of you, some people that just don't look at you, don't look when they're merging into off and on ramp into your lane. Of course, you got to be aware of those things. And again, I've done this for 35,000 miles, and I went through all these things. But there's still this fear in the back of my head, because it's not that I can't do the job. It's just that I love the job so much that I'm afraid to just lose it over some stupid thing, you know. And that's pretty much what I wanted to say to you guys. I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that everybody that is coming into Prime or coming into trucking really loves the job as much as I do. Or if you don't, at least, well, I'm sure you're gonna love the money. Whichever your reason is, like, really pay attention to your surroundings. Like, realize where you are and realize the responsibility that's being given to you. Like, it's been 6 months since I started this whole process. 7 months. Okay, I started in January 17th. It's now almost, well, it's now July 19th right now. So, I mean, I don't know how, if it's normal to other people, but for me, to know that 7 months ago I had no idea of what a truck was. I mean, obviously, like, I have no idea of what it's like to be around a truck or drive a truck, etc. And for me to have Prime trust me to drive a truck, not even 7 months later, and now trust me to get my own truck, that's just, it's not mind-blowing. Like, I've earned my right, but it's still, like, there's no words. Like it's all happening so fast in a good way, but again, the fear's still there. So I'm sure I'll be fine. I see other truckers that are on the road right now that I've met here, and my trainer also, was confident enough to know that I'm good. Was confident enough in my abilities. So I'm definitely looking forward to it, and of course I'll continue updating you guys on the journey. But I really wanna, like, I can't stress this enough for everybody that's coming, for everybody that's driving the truck. Like, take this job seriously, because when it becomes your livelihood, you can't afford to just be careless on the road. Not only because it's your livelihood, but other people's lives are in your hands, like, literally. Like, please do your pre-trip. Make sure that you do your test, you do your checks. Don't like overwork yourself if you don't have to. And of course, pay attention to everything that happens on the road. I don't know how many it didn't really happen to me as much because I was driving slower. When there's no trucks or no cars on the road, I'll probably drive 65. But when I was heading to downtown or like any major cities, I'll slow down to 55, no problem, because for one, I'm still not comfortable doing 65 with a lot of cars around me when I know I'm gonna have to stop. And two, I didn't want to get a critical event for a stupid reason. So yeah, just be respectful of the job, guys. And that's it. Because in a blink of an eye, it can all be over for anyone. Not only for you, but for other people that had nothing to do with you, and you're just not paying attention. And that's pretty much it, guys. Other updates. I am now number 5 on the wait list for a truck. There was actually a nice blue Freightliner with 66,000 miles available today, but again, I'm number 5, so there's 4 people ready to jump for that in front of me. So hopefully by tomorrow or the day after, I will be number 1, and we'll go from there. There was actually another Freightliner with 20,000 miles yesterday. I don't think it was in the list at 11 in the morning because I would have seen it, but boy, that would have been nice. But I was number 7 yesterday, so still not for me. Again, thank you to the people that said hi to me today. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Like, I really appreciate it. Like, for me, I'm closing on 100 subscribers right now, and that's another thing that's mind-blowing. Like, I'm just a random guy that's just sharing the experience, and I really appreciate that some people are taking the time to listen to what I have to say. So again, thank you very much for everything, and I'll catch you in the next one.